And guess what, bro? We all pay for. You either pay with time or you pay with money. When I'm on the phone with a girl or I'm hanging out with her and I know the end goal is, I'm still paying with time, bro. I'm investing my time in her. When you invest your money in something, right? You want a return. You want to be in the green, right? So when you go on a date with her and all that, obviously the end goal is, right? Now I'm not saying necessarily you got to the first date because every girl's not like that. But by the second or third date, bro, you should be in there. And if you're not, bro, cut your losses. Now the second thing.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Crypto plus Passports equals Freedom. I'm your host, Ohini Mara. Before we get started, hit that like and subscribe button. Also leave a comment and share this video so we can attack that YouTube algorithm and grow this channel. And with that, let's get into the topic. Today we will be discussing all men are tricks. In the dating game, there are a few methods that men can employ when dealing with the ladies. The first method is game. There are a number of men who have been blessed with the silver tongue, the gift of gab, or the straight spittage. These guys are able to dazzle women with their words and delight them with intrigue. The men with this skill to attract women with their words are absolutely talented and should be respected as well as admired because everyone does not possess these skills. The next one would be the relationship guy. He practices monogamy, is dating with intent, and is looking for a long-term relationship with a special someone and possibly even marriage. His goals are long-term and they have a purpose. He is not interested in playing games and he is very serious in his relationship goals. The last one is the man who pays to play. He is not interested in having a conversation like the man with game. He is not looking for a long-term relationship. He is simply attracted to a woman and is interested in getting bedroom action the quickest way possible. He wants to have the event take place, compensate the lady, and go about his business. Both parties leave with what they wanted and both parties leave happy. Now, a number of men are confused by the third individual, Mr. Pay to Play. They think he is less than the other two types of men I just described because he is willing to pay for bedroom fun. They think that he is lacking because his go-to is financial compensation. I know this because a number of fellas in the chat session speak on this subject. They think pay to play is for losers who got no game and are scared of women. They call what he is doing tricking and advise others not to do it. Well, gentlemen, I have some bad news for you. Whether you are the silver tongue master with all the game in the world or the relationship guy focused on monogamy and building a serious relationship, even if you are the type that is interested in pay to play and simply want to get what you want and provide compensation and go, the reality is you are all tricking. Yes, all of you are tricking in one form or another, whether it is your time, labor, or money, you are paying. If you don't believe that, let me ask you this question. Tell me any time in your life where you have dealt with women and didn't have to pay in some form or another. No matter who you are, when dealing with women, you have to pay, whether time, energy, or finances. Even if you were homeless and was dealing with a homeless woman, you would have to panhandle, sift through garbage, or steal some food to get access to what you want. For a man, even being homeless is not an excuse for not providing anything. You better get some cheap liquor or some chicken or both, because even homeless women know, even though they may stink, what they have is valuable to you, so you have to pay for it. The same is true for a woman who may be a drug addict. While she may be on drugs, if you want what she has, you have to provide her with either drugs or money to get drugs. You will have to provide something, and every man knows or should know nothing is free. Don't try to lie to me or yourself, and definitely don't leave a comment on this video lying about it, saying something stupid like you never pay. If you are dealing with a hood chick or a trailer park girl, you may not have to take them out to dinner or an event, but you definitely have to bring the liquor or the smoke. You may even have to pay for Grubhub or Uber Eats. Please stop lying about this. As a matter of fact, let's say some of you actually have access to women who do not ask you for anything. Let's say you can call a chick any time of the night and she will make herself available for you. Let's be honest. What does she look like? How much does she weigh? You are not going to tell me that you are dealing with beautiful women and they are not expecting something for bedroom fun. To attempt to judge a man on how he is getting his bedroom fun is foolish and hypocritical, because all of us are tricky in some way or another. Let's say you are not spending money, but she asks you for your help to move or fixing something in her apartment, asks you for help with something on her car, or asks you to drive her somewhere. Are you trying to make us believe that you are dealing with a woman who does not want anything? You are trying to tell me that she never asks you for nothing and never expects anything from you? Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, there are corny dudes messing up the game, but that is true in all three aspects. There are guys who think they have the silver tongue and they do not. So they come off as creepy and predatory. Many men have been fired from jobs, thrown out of establishments, recorded and posted on social media, and even accused of harassment. Why? Because they thought they had the gift of gab and they were wrong. They thought they were able to use their words and it failed. There are guys who attempted to turn 304s into housewives and got taken to the cleaners for child support and alimony. They thought seeking a relationship and building a family would get them appreciation, and instead they received contempt. Eventually, the relationship life became boring, and the relationship guys are left picking up the pieces of their lives. And of course, there are the dudes who have no other choice but to pay. They are socially awkward, weird, wimpy, introverts, maybe even incels. And they spend their days online on OnlyFans paying for the girlfriend experience because they are afraid to meet women in real life. However, to throw dirt on one group, in this case, the pay-to-play group, is hypocritical in the sense that there are people who are doing things wrong in all three groups. To say you are dealing with young ladies and they do not expect anything from you is a complete lie. That's like saying you go to the supermarket, take whatever you want, and just leave. Whether you want to admit it or not, all relationships are transactional. Women do not deal with men unless they can receive benefits from that relationship. Now, don't get me wrong. Some ladies may not want much, but they all want something. Keep in mind, pay to play is utilized by celebrity, actors, athletes, musicians, politicians, millionaires, billionaires participate in this practice. These men value their time, have important business to attend to, and do not have the time to waste establishing a connection the way the game artist or the relationship guy has. They understand that if they pay for her services, they can simply hit the fast forward button. They want to skip all the BS and get right to the point of what they want. You pay a flat rate, get what you want, and be on your way. So why would you attempt to shame men for something rich men have created? And why are you worrying about how a man decides to get his action anyway? I never understood why men spent their time worrying about what path men choose to get action. It's the same with the passport bros. People are accusing us of traveling thousands of miles just to pay for relations, which I think is stupid. There are tons of women in the United States who are accepting pay-for-play offers online and offline. OnlyFans seeking arrangements, Instagram, and of course, there are streetwalkers in every city and every state. So why would people accuse passport bros of traveling for that when you can simply pay here? I understand women being upset because when men travel, their resources go with them. However, I will never understand why men attempt to shame other men for the way they attempt to get intimate with women. You have content creators trying to shame men for leaving the country and dealing with women internationally. How does another man's money and what he does with his Johnson affect your life? To summarize, whether you are a silver tongue game artist, a monogamous relationship guy, or a man who pays to play, in one way or another, you are tricking, whether you want to admit it or not. Join me for part 2 as I break down the 3 categories and explain how each group is actually tricking on the ladies. And with that, tell me what you guys think of part 1. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Are men tricking, or do you think that there's another way? Let me know in the comments section. I thank you for joining me for another session. And until next time, take care.